Hi everyone, welcome back to Natural Escapes. Today we're going to be looking at how I set up this black water aquarium, giving you a bit of a step-by-step guide and showing you everything that I used to set it up. So yeah, let's get into it. So firstly, we're using the Superfish Scaper tank here. We've got the Scaper 45. Here you can just see me very exciting boxing it, getting it out, and I just want to say I was really impressed with tank quality, quality of the light. So I know the filter's not the best, but for a small tank like this, it's more than adequate. So here you can see I've got the tank set up, got light on top, filter on the back, the mat underneath. You can see the low iron glass there. Again, really impressed with the quality on this one. And again with the light, there was one or two loose screws on the ends of the light, so just be careful with that one. But yeah, you can see the light on there. Yeah, pretty impressed. So I ordered everything here from a website called Pro Shrimp. I just want to say again, I was super impressed with their sort of speed of delivery and quality. Everything came packed really well. But I actually unintentionally ended up ordering pretty much everything from Superfish. The wood, as you can see there, is Superfish. The cave on the left is the Superfish cave. The sort of the twigs, the spiderwood twigs, and again, as you can see here, that botanical set, again, all Superfish products. So I was super impressed with the Superfish. And yeah, it was a great little pack to get me started. But I think I will be buying some extra botanicals and things along the way. So yeah, I was really torn on what substrate to use for the aquarium. Now again, with the type of fish that I'm going to be having in here, sand substrate is the best. I've gone with a play sand, just a standard play sand from the store. It was about 1/10 of the price of any aquarium sand, and I've still got a massive pack of it left, so I will be able to use it for some other projects as well. Now with this sand, it's very fine. It compacted quite a lot when it was wet. It was quite difficult to move stuff around. I did see some air bubbles trapped in it as well. So it maybe is a bit too fine. I would probably look at a filter sand next time, something a bit coarser, maybe stop the air getting trapped in it and causing any issues in the substrate. Even had some difficulties getting it out of the jug, as you can see, and then yeah, just reverted to my hand scooping it in. So as with any sand or gravel substrate that you're going to be putting into your aquarium, I'll always recommend pre-washing it first. With this, I found the easiest way was just to have the bucket under a tap, fill it up, give it a good swill around, and then pour the excess water out, and then repeat that process. It only was 2 or 3 times, nothing major. But yeah, definitely rinse your sand or gravel substrate before putting it into your tank. So once I'd finished adding all of the sand, I then went back to my hardscape. And as you can see, the superfish aquariums, you can actually use the lid of the packaging as a little dojo, just to try and lay your scape out and see how it looks and see what you like. But from there, it was just about adding that or transferring that now into the tank, um, and seeing how it looks. So again, with this being a breeding project, I wanted to try and get the caves in place first, and then try and lay some of the other hardscape on top of and around the caves, just to maybe make them feel a bit more natural and hide them a bit, and also make it so that the fish maybe feel a bit more secure. I really love the texture and all of the detail on this. I think it was called honeycomb wood. Again, a superfish product. No sponsor, no intentional plugs there, but yeah, I was really impressed with it. It pretty much sank straight away. The bigger piece on the left that's sort of lying flat, that did float a bit, so I did have a bit of a nightmare when I filled it up and had to try and get it sunk, but in the end it did sink after a couple of days, so nothing too major. With the structure here and the wood line on top of each other, it's created loads of natural caves and sort of bits hanging over, sticking out. Again, loads of places for the fish to hide. So now I'm just going ahead and adding a load of smaller details. Some of these twigs. There's going to be some botanicals coming in as well. Just trying to get it looking sort of as natural as possible. Try and break up the bulky, blocky chunks of wood. And yeah, again, another superfish product. Really easy to use. They sunk really quickly. I did have to actually take them all out after I'd done this placement, and try and get them to sink, but didn't take long, and then I just re-added them all at a later date. This is what the layout was looking like once I'd added all the twigs. Again, just trying to break up the big bulky pieces of wood. As you can see here, most of that wood is now been removed, and is soaking, so really frustrating. Just before this clip I'd added a load more water in and obviously everything had floated. So yeah, I'm just getting everything to sink, and then I'll be re-adding it at a later date. So I wanted to keep the plant quite minimal for this tank. The fish that I'm going to be putting in here comes from an environment where greenery is a bit minimal. A lot of leaf litter, and again, that sort of natural scape, that natural environment look. So that's what I wanted to try and recreate in the tank. A little bit of greenery in there. So as you can see here, I'm just pulling apart the dwarf sedge, and then I'll be portioning it up, ready to plant. So as you can see here, a lot of air bubbles in that sand. I mentioned that in sort of the start of the video. Again, as I was planting, I was trying to get rid of some of the air bubbles where possible, but obviously couldn't get rid of them all. But here I am just placing the dwarf sedge pretty randomly. There's no real pattern to it. Again, just because we're trying to make this look as natural as possible. So it's not going to be too polished, it's not going to be a George Farmer aquascape or anything like that. It's purely just trying to get a bit of greenery in there. So yeah. And here is the final layout. I'm not going to call it escape because that's definitely not what it is. But yeah, you can see randomly placed that dwarf sedge around the front and the sides. Got the floating plants in here as well. And then we're going to start adding some of the twigs back in, as well as some of the other botanicals and bits and bobs as well. Did want to have a nice mix, a nice variety of botanicals in here, and I kind of didn't want them all to be in one place, so I have tried to randomly spread them out. And again, I've put sort of one of the larger ones on the left and one of the larger ones on the right, again just to keep it a bit mixed. Here you can see I'm putting the almond leaves in, or the Indian almond leaves in. Again, I know this is meant to be an Amazonian style tank. And obviously Indian almond leaves aren't found in the Amazon, so don't come after me for that. I will be sort of adding some different leaves as we go that probably will be more specific to the region that we're looking at, but this is what I've got for now, and I like the look of it. I like the sort of randomness and natural look that it's given. So if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you for watching. Obviously this is going to be the first of many videos here. I'm finally back doing tanks, hopefully going to be breeding some fish, the fish that I get for this setup. And again, the intention is to keep it supernatural, try and replicate the environment that they come from as best as I can. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon, and remember to like the video, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.